Just making sure I pressed record.
It's okay.
Okay.
I like it when you check up on me. Hi everyone, it's Melissa, your plantita abogada here at Tasteful Nodes, coming to you today with my third unboxing video of the year. If you watched my video about my top 9 wish list plants, then you know that I've been focusing, trying to just look at that list and figure out what plants I must have in my life and work from there. And we got another one from the list, and I'm really excited to share it with you. Some were more likely than others, but you know, the whole point of a wish list is that you can wish and hope and dream, and you know, dreaming is free. So I do have some crazy dreams on that list, but for the most part I also have some really affordable gems there as well, and this is one of them. So come along with me as I unbox one of my 9 wish list plants of 2022. But first, before we get started, I'd like to go ahead and get my disclaimers out of the way, as any good attorney should. Number one, no, I am not an expert. Don't quote me on anything. All I do is research, and where I do find facts, I'm sure to share it on the bottom where those facts were located, the sources of the facts, so that you may use them to whatever purposes you see fit. Number two, get a second opinion about everything, including pricing, anything that I mentioned. So this video is being taped and probably will be released in first quarter of 2022. Specifically, we're looking at March 2022. So any pricing that I may mention may not apply to 2023 or maybe even 2022, depending on how many more of these guys come in. Okay. Also, make sure that when you do get one of these plants, you know the proper care that you need to give it, that you're able to give the proper care, and that will go ahead and give me my intro into my third and final disclaimer. That one would be that KKB tayo, kanya-kanyang bayad. I am not paying child plant child support. Yeah, I'm not paying that. Just because you saw something here, or I mentioned what works for me, and you tried it on your own time and on your own turf. Yeah, get that second opinion, because what works for me may not work for you, and I won't be held responsible for anything, any outcomes. No, I won't be held responsible for any bad outcomes. If we have similar growing conditions and you adopt some of the things that I do mention, then that's great. By all means, feel free to continue. But if we don't have similar growing conditions and you adopt my suggestions willy-nilly without any research, don't blame me for that, my friend. Do your research, do your due diligence, and let's get started. Let's go ahead and get this guy unboxed. So, as usual, because of the pandemic, we try to limit going out. This was shipped via Victory Liners Drop and Go. They dropped this plant off at a Victory Liner station, and then it was dropped off at the Victory Liner station near our home. So it came from Manila, ended up in Tarlac, in relatively good condition. They've got labels all over the place saying urgent perishable goods, fragile, protect from heat and cold, no direct sunlight, live plant inside, handle with love. Thank you for your purchase. Well, that part probably doesn't bother them much. They also have here a list of what they have inside the box, which is fantastic. In case you can't tell, this plant comes from Plant Specialist on Facebook. On Instagram, they are known as Plant Express PH. We have been longtime buyers of theirs. Gosh, I want to say we first purchased from them in 2020, maybe 2019. It's been a while, But yeah, we've purchased from Vivian. We visited her her new Manila branch. Yeah, she's got some great plants. In fact, I think my first plant from her was a Monstera Peru, I think. But would highly recommend her. Got good plants at relatively good prices. Don't get intimidated by what their website looks like, or what their Instagram looks like, or what their building looks like if you do intend to visit and pick up plants. I mean, compared to the other pricing that I've seen in the Philippines, I want to say that Plant Specialist is probably within the mid-range. There are some plants that are incredibly, ridiculously good deals. So yeah, definitely would recommend her, and would say that she's probably one of the best priced plant sellers out there. But let's go see what we got inside. So is there any way for me to cut down? No, there are some holes in the box, which are fantastic, allowing air holes. As you can see, very secure. She's got another box inside, and she's got wrapping paper to keep it away from the corners or the edges where it could get crushed. Let's see if I can pull it out in one piece. Nice. Okay, so inside, just wrapping paper like I mentioned to cushion. And here we've got some extra holes. This was shipped off yesterday and it arrived here in our area overnight. So it hasn't been boxed for very long. This is our first time doing this with Viv, with Plant Express. So we want to make sure that this works out, because man, when she puts out some plants, she really puts out quality. Let's go see what we got. Let me take out all this cushion, or most of it. Hi baby, welcome home. Oh. Put it that way for now. And tidy up before we continue. Okay, so this guy, I don't know if this plant needs any introduction, considering my top 9 wishlist plant video. There is a little tear, but it looks old, so I'm not even worried. It is the Philodendron Orange Princess. Let me unwrap it and we'll make cuento. We'll talk about this real quick. So the Orange Princess is a relatively newer mutation. As far as I can tell, it came out of Thailand. And from the first person, excuse me, to have posted it, she says that the person she bought it from showed her the mother plant, and the mother plant of the Orange Princess is a pink princess, is a Philodendron Pink Princess, meaning, holy cow, talk about secure, meaning the Orange Princess is a mutation of the Pink Princess. And that's assuming everything that they said is true. I'm not stating it as fact, I'm just relaying the information that I found about the plant. Newer leaves come out orange, and when you see the variegations of white, the white speckling on the leaves, those come out even more orange. So I will be posting pictures of this baby when that new leaf finally does come out. But another thing about the Orange Princess that relates it to, again, the Pink Princess, are the petioles and the stem. I mean, they're just dark as you would expect them to be, coming from a Pink Princess, right? Okay, we reached the end. Talk about secure. Okay. Nice. The newspaper is damp, but not soaking wet. Beautiful. And let us see. Oh my gosh. Are these the roots? Holy cow. Okay. These are some good looking roots. Okay. Her mix is quite airy. She uses a lot of stuff that, I mean, I use for different things, but I think this would work for me as well. I don't think I have any use for repotting this bad boy, but I will keep an eye on it because, like I said, I don't use this medium. I use these things for different things. So what I do see in her medium, we've got some pumice, we have some leca, we've got moss, right? We've got some zeolite chips, and we also have some perlite right here. So this strikes me as a very well draining mix. I mean, the moss is there to hold moisture, which it is, it's still moist. Oh, and there's some coconut chips, coconut cubes, coconut chips, whatever you want to call them. There you go. So there is some moisture retentive materials in her mix, which should fit in fine with mine. I see some roots, and I'm quite happy about this. And yeah, so if this is just like any other Pink Princess, it'll do fine with the same care as you would give a Pink Princess. Some friends put it in direct sunlight. Hi, James. Some friends actually keep it in bright indirect sunlight. That would be us. But what's important is that you don't, I guess, don't burn the leaf or the plant, especially when it's this immature. So this is a one leafer, one node, one leaf. And we took the chance just because we know the quality of Viv's plants, and because these are really expensive right now. And I guess that's partly because they're new, right? One seller I contacted did not have mature leaves. In fact, the leaves were quite small compared to this, and I couldn't bite the bullet. I really couldn't pull the trigger on that one. Let me find out. I'm not going to name names because it's important for them to keep their own, or to be able to name their own pricing, right? 75,000 for a smaller plant. Granted, there are more nodes because there are more leaves, but the leaves are smaller, and this was nowhere near, not even half, nowhere near half the price of that small plant. So that's why we took the chance on this, just because one, we trust the seller, we know the quality of Viv's plants. Number two, the price was in our range, was in our price range. So we felt that it was safe enough to take a chance on, even though it's a relatively newer plant. It's a mutation off of a more stable plant that's been in the market for a while, the Pink Princess, right? Yeah, lucky us. If you guys are interested in checking out Plant Specialist, I would check them out on Facebook under the name Plant Specialist. Check them out on Instagram under the name of Plant Express PH. I know they have some physical locations. The last time I visited their new Manila branch was maybe 2020, early 2020, maybe 2019. So it's been a while, but I know that they've got some physical locations also. Okay, so they have branches at Ayala Heights in QC. That's their main garden branch. They've got a branch at the Podium Mall on the ground floor, Shangri-La Plaza on the 5th floor, and Robinson's Manila on the ground floor as well. So yeah, if you're in the market for some good plants or some unicorn plants, right, feel free to check them out. And that's it for my unboxing video. If you enjoyed today's video, please feel free to give me a like. Don't forget to hit subscribe, get that notification bell going to see future videos. I also do longer write-ups on Facebook. I'm there as Tasteful Nodes. And also check me out on Instagram. I've got pretty pictures there under Tasteful Nodes as well. Okay. Until next time, sa uulitin friends, keep your nodes classy and tasteful. Bye.